Are you low on blinker fluid today?
Blinker?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Because it didn't work? Like your blinker didn't work there? Did you just not use it?
I'm sitting here telling him Daddy's a bad boy. I should have been following the law.
You're not kidding. I think I'm going to write him a ticket for this.
I would.
Would you?
I would.
As long as you would, I would. Let's see what's going on here. The big man with me.
You what? Habla español? ¿Qué le pasó?
God, I love it when he speaks Spanish. One of my favorite parts of having Sheriff Lamb with me is that I have a built-in interpreter. His family spent a bunch of time in Panama when he was younger. He did a church mission in Argentina, so his Spanish is awesome. And I love having him with me because when I run into someone and there's a language barrier because I don't speak like he does, I have him there, and it immediately breaks down walls, and people are so comfortable with him because his dialect is great and his knowledge of the culture is great, and it makes him a great partner. I wish I had him with me all the time.
Okay. ¿Necesita algo, agua, algo?
No, aquí tengo agua.
Okay.
Sí, gracias, mi amor.
Okay. He's got a tow truck on the way already. His engine blew, and he's got oil coming out from the bottom. So, bueno, gracias. Que la pase bien.
He's awesome.
So Frank, we're back together. The last time we were together was for, I think most people don't realize, our April Fool's Day video.
This isn't the first time that Sheriff Lamb's been with me. We did episode 20, was the first time that I had him in my passenger seat. We did the April Fool's joke, and so that was another time that I got him with me, and then this is 68. So I love having him with me. I wish I got to spend more time with him, but having him out there it's awesome. And we always have fun. We always have great conversations, and it gives me a little bit of insight into what he sees for the future of the agency. So it's just fun.
Where we alluded to the fact that you could potentially retire.
And I'm still on, so
Still
I
on.
didn't retire.
All right, folks, that's the biggest thing. First thing I want you to know in this video, Frank's not retiring. That was an April Fool's Day joke.
My time serving the citizens isn't over yet.
Well, we appreciate that. Now, you're out here every day. What is some of the major, you know my pet peeve, driving in the left lane, hammering in the left lane. What are some of, here in this area where you work, what are some of the most concerning driving behaviors you're seeing right now?
Well, speed. I'm from New York. I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. In the comments to this, all the time, I see, oh, you have to keep your hands on the wheel. There is no requirement in Arizona law that says you have to drive with two hands on the wheel. Is it safer? Very well, possibly, yes. But if I'm driving and I take my hand off the wheel for a second because it's the way I talk, and then I go back and grab the wheel, there's not a violation. It's not required. I've never stopped someone for it. I've never even talked to anyone about that ever in the history of forever. Talk about, hey, you have to have two hands on your wheel. So stop saying that. You sound ridiculous. Speed is probably the biggest. It's a major factor in serious injury collisions. The faster cars go, the more energy is involved in a collision sequence, the worse the injuries are.
So we got a hands-free law now here in Arizona. Basically, you're not supposed to be manipulating anything. It's not just talking on the phone. It's not chatting. It's not scrolling Facebook. I've had people that have said, look, I wasn't talking on the phone. I was on Facebook. Yep. It's a distracted driver law, right? Are you seeing a reduction in that, or people still using their phone?
People are still doing it. They're still using their phones every day. You can't manipulate your phone at all. So it's using it for navigation, looking at TikTok, checking emails. It's not just, like you said, it's not just talking or texting. Watching Fridays with Frank. And it's a really common violation. I think it's a catalyst of a lot of rear-end collisions. Absolutely.
Because we've been doing Fridays with Frank and some of the other crazy stuff we've done, I don't know if a lot of people know, for Facebook followers across this country, there is, number one is the FBI, which obviously we know they have an inside track now. Number two is NYPD.
Not anymore.
And number three, believe it or not, is the
Pinal County Sheriff's Office. As of when this video was recorded, we were number 3 as far as followers on Facebook. Well, now we're number 2. So we eclipsed NYPD, and right now the Pinal County Sheriff's Office is the number 2 most followed law enforcement agency on Facebook. The FBI is number 1. The Public Information Office from Pinal County Sheriff's Office actually teaches at the National Academy for the FBI, which is captains and chiefs and sheriffs and all the higher ranking officials from departments will send their personnel to the FBI to learn how to be better. And PIOs, the Public Information Office from the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, actually teach the portion on social media because they've dominated so much between what they've done with Fridays with Frank and with Sheriff Lamb and the guys from Search and Rescue, our anti-smuggling unit, just how they've showcased the Pinal County Sheriff's Office and brought us all the way up to number 2. So it's a pretty big deal. Even on a national level, the FBI has recognized that PCSO is doing it right.
Pinal County Sheriff's Office.
People are telling me that they know that I'm out here and that they have changed their driving behavior
all the time
because they know that the Pinal County Sheriff's Office traffic unit is out here.
Now that
it's not just me,
this
it's
popularity,
the whole
people
unit.
know who you are. Do you find it harder to do traffic stops?
No, people still they blow my doors off.
All the job security
every
in the world.
single day.
And then when you pull them over, they're probably like, "Hey, Frank, I knew that was probably you."
All the time, I have conversations at the side of vehicles all the time where, man, I thought that was you. I'm like, well, maybe you should slow down. A little bit. You're at, 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, weaving through traffic.
So everywhere I go, people will say, "Did you bring Frank with you? Did you bring Frank with you?" I even joke now that I'm no longer Sheriff Lamb. I'm Frank's boss now, but.
I love that.
But people love it. Wherever we go, they love. And what matters most to me is what law enforcement thinks about what we do.
I just got back from some time out of town. I spent some time in Florida. And while I was there, I was all over the state of Florida. I met deputies and sheriffs from Marion County, from Polk County, from Lee County, from Coral Springs Police Department. I was all over there. And I got recognized all over the state of Florida. So just like the sheriff says, hey, he gets asked about me. I was in a barber shop in Ybor City outside of Tampa, and the guy that was cutting my hair recognized me just from in there. I'm not wearing Fridays with Frank hat and shirt. But he recognized me, asked me if I was a cop, asked me if I was from Arizona, asked me if I was the guy on TikTok. So it's pretty fun. All the stuff that I got to do. Did an awesome ride along with Coral Springs Police Department, their traffic unit. Officer Charney, super cool dude. We got to spend some time together. Went over, had a great walk around of Lee County Sheriff's Office. That's a real big sheriff's office down there. Got to meet Sheriff Grady Judd, which is one of the highlights of my trip. That guy's a legend in Polk County. Met Sheriff Billy Woods up in Marion County, which is by Ocala. He is running a great sheriff's office there. They do a lot of great stuff. So I was all over Florida, and to the state of Florida, thank you so much.
And I will tell you, the feedback I get from law enforcement across this country is always positive.
I've had people reach out to me looking for a proactive law enforcement agency to work for because they want to be cops. They want to go out and they want to enforce the law. They want to have an admin that supports them. They want to serve a community that equally supports them as much as we support them.
That's in Pinal County.
The community and all of that comes together in Pinal County.
It's been a great hiring tool, getting people out here to come work for us. So I think we're going to keep doing this.
I found the same thing. I just got back. I had back-to-back traffic safety conferences, one in Phoenix and one in California. That was a national conference, and I had the same conversations with law enforcement about our representation as an agency of law enforcement on the national platform. I've had multiple people inquire about working lateraling from other agencies to Pinal County, and it puts Pinal County on the map.
Oh yeah, hiring's better. People want to come.
So does Sheriff Lamb.
We enforce the rule of law. I think that. It showcases the beauty of this county and the state of Arizona. We haven't really seen any downsides to it, and we look forward to continuing it. And the women tell me I want to drive and speed through Pinal County just so Frank will pull me over.
Which is, like, in theory, it's good until I come up to your car with a ticket. And then
they're like, wait a second. That didn't play out how I thought it was going to play out.
So that's happened a couple times. They're like, I wanted to get pulled over by you. I'm like, I don't think you understand what my job is, but I issue citations to change dangerous driving behavior, and you're driving dangerously, so I'm going to issue you this citation.
And for the record, I issue warnings. I'm a warning guy.
Yeah. We are the yin and yang of traffic.
That's terrible.
Hello.
Well, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm just fine.
How nice he is.
Good. I'm Sheriff Lamb.
I know who you are.
We stopped you because your plates or your tags are expired. They expired in April. Let me just double check everything and I'll get back to you, okay? So Frank's gonna run her.
She's not getting a ticket.
We're gonna get her a warning. Probably wouldn't have got a warning, but I'm here, so we're gonna get her a warning. Let her know she's got to do her plates, and we'll get her on her way.
Like over 4 months expired. Like, it's very frustrating. But I think a warning from the boss goes a long way. Like, Frank's Frank, but you got the boss with you. The boss gives you a warning.
I just told him if it wasn't for the fact that I was here, it probably wouldn't be going this way.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Hey, just so you know, she was last issued a ticket in Pinal County in 2010.
Oh, man, that's a long time
ago.
That's
a long time ago.
She's doing pretty good.
She's earned this.
Okay.
Our records in Spillman go back all the way into the 90s. So I've seen people with histories all the way back into the mid-90s. So this, going back to 2010 is definitely a ways, but we have records within the Sheriff's Office of contacts with us that go back even further.
Okay.
Reluctantly.
It's your lucky day today. I'm going to give you a warning, all right? Okay. Luckily, you got me. I give warnings, so.
I don't.
Make sure you get it taken care of.
Is there any reason I'm stopped in the middle of Hunt Highway here?
No, because isn't the speed limit was 45?
Okay, but I mean, when I turn my lights and siren on, why didn't you pull to the right, which would have been over there, nice and safe, or you could have made a right on Magma, which also would have been safe, and instead I'm literally standing in the middle of Hunt Highway.
You turn off your lights, I know I have to stop somewhere.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry.
So knowing you are not wrong in that you had to stop somewhere. In the middle of one of the busiest roads in Santan Valley is not the right place. This is not the somewhere to stop.
Sorry.
So, the reason I stopped you is because your plates are suspended.
Sam couldn't even get out.
Your first citation is failing to drive to the right curb for an approaching emergency vehicle. You are required by law to stop over there, so I'm not standing in the middle of the road.
Being passed.
It's also safer
in the
for
fast
you.
lane.
So you have registration, current proof insurance.
There's my sniff.
When was the last time you were smoking?
There we go.
Probably earlier today.
Okay.
People are like, oh, you shouldn't have, that guy shouldn't have answered that question. Oh, you have the right to remain silent. All of that's absolutely true. However, I have eyes and I have a nose, and you could see, just like I've talked about before, I try to get a big sniff of every car. I walk up there and I could see a marijuana roach in the guy's center, like his center console ashtray. So I walk up, I already see it, like I know what's in there. And then I have a nose that functions. So I get this giant whiff of burnt marijuana coming out of the car, along with obvious, residue that marijuana has been used. So whether this guy answered questions or not, or was truthful or not, none of that matters. We would have gone to the same spot. Because I have all of these senses that I can use. And even if he would have said, hey, I'm not answering any questions and I'm not going to do any of your tests, he still would have ended up in a pair of handcuffs. He still would have ended up being processed for DUI. I still would have been just as cool with him as I was right now, because he does. I mean, he's got the right to not talk to me. But that doesn't mean that my investigation stops there and that I don't continue to conduct a full and thorough investigation. And Arizona is a great state for that. So other states might not, they might not have the ability to continue an investigation like we can, but in Arizona, you're not going to get out of that DUI. Maybe in other states, but definitely not here.
So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit.
That's the QT part.
The reason I stopped you is your plates are expired in March. My partner, Deputy Diener, arrested a guy for DUI drugs this morning, about 9 o'clock this morning. And I get this one a little bit after 1. So this is something that happens all day long. Hop on up for me. Come talk to me here for a second.
I remember this guy.
Hey, you got rid of that little roach that was in the center console there.
Again, Pinal County Sheriff's Office has a great posse program. Posse himself is who that was. He shows up. He's awesome. He does my transport for me. So I was able to place that gentleman under arrest, dish him off to the posseman. Posseman transports him to the command or the substation where he ends up being processed and released. And I was able to stay there, deal with the car, deal with the occupant of the car and all that stuff. So, so the guy that shows up wasn't a deputy. I know he was in uniform, but he is just a volunteer. They volunteer for free. They have no compensation, but they just do it out of the goodness of their heart and their desire to serve their community. So Posse is, the Sheriff's Office runs on Posse, and this is just another example of how valuable those volunteers are, especially to the traffic unit, because we don't have cages in our cars, so we need that help in transporting, and they always show up, and they always do a great job.
I got you. Step on up over here. All right. Obviously, walked up. There's smells like weed in the car. What time did you smoke this morning?
Probably like 10.
Okay. Because I got 3 hours before
I got in the car, put it out.
I got that feeling. So, all right. So this is what I want to do. I want to do a couple tests to make sure you're good to go. Okay. Obviously, you got some weed in your body. So this is what I want you to do. Just turn around. Put your hands on your back right now. You're gonna be under arrest for DUI.
We had a good conversation there. Obviously, we were 2 cordial gentlemen. Suspect and I had a good talk there at the scene. I placed him under arrest. He gets transported back to our substation by the posse. Sam and I finish up taking care of the car. We meet this gentleman back at the substation. We get to the substation, and me and this guy get to talking. And we talked. It probably took me twice as long to process him for DUI as it would be someone else, because we just had a great conversation. We talked about sports. We talked about black and white and cops and citizens and weird things in society and preconceived notions and stereotypes and racism. We talked about the gambit of everything. Super cool dude. So we were 2 gentlemen who talked to each other like with mutual respect, like 2 gentlemen should, and we had a great time, as good as you could be being processed for DUI. He was released from the substation shortly thereafter. I don't know what happened with his case. I never heard anything else about it, but the backstory behind this initial arrest is, guy was super cool.
He's gonna take you to the office. I'm gonna meet you when I get there. Okay.
Oh, can I make your phone call real quick?
Not now, but I'm gonna grab your phone and bring it with me.
Okay. I was about to say.
Yeah. There's comments. Oh, you should take that person to jail. You should take this person to jail. I don't disagree with that. I mean, I really think more people should go to jail, but the act of booking someone into jail, completing the paperwork, transporting them to Florence. I don't have a cage in here, so I have to find someone else to do it. That takes me off the road from doing this job and pulling people over and finding impaired drivers and taking wrecks and doing the things that I do. So unless it's something where someone has a warrant or there's some other extenuating circumstance, whether it's the number of previous violations or the gravity of the totality of the situation, unless it's something like that, I really try to be as cool with people as I can. This guy's super nice. Super nice guy. We were just 2 dudes, talking about a problem.
Which was DUI drugs.
See your driver's license, please.
I ain't got one. The only reason I'm driving is because she's having a breathing problem and I'm trying to get her to the hospital.
Okay, I feel like ambulances get people to hospitals faster.
That's a good point.
She was already driving and just switched drivers.
Okay.
I'm just down here for another day. I'm going back to Holbrook. That's where I'm from.
Okay. Well, your registration on your car is canceled.
Yeah, we was going up today to get the registration.
Oh, just today.
Just going today.
So you're going to go to the hospital, take care of this, and then go to MVD, get your license, and then drive back to Holbrook?
Car, yeah.
Probably
Okay.
not.
Let's see our registration paperwork, current proof insurance, please. Hi, dog. Oh, we don't have any of that. Okay. Of
course you don't.
So what happens if you get into an accident?
Just bought the car. What are we supposed to do? You got to be able to get us in the house and stuff.
Get insurance. He's like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Like, you can take your phone, and before I finish this video, I could have insurance for my truck that's parked outside. Like it is, you can do everything from your phone. You can go onto Service Arizona, here in Arizona, and in the duration of a traffic stop, because I've had it happen, I've had people renew their registrations during a traffic stop, where I'm just a catalyst of change for that person. If you have a smartphone, you can pretty much do all of that from. You don't need a computer. You don't need to print anything out. You can do everything. The only thing you would need to print out is like a temporary 3-day permit, which you can get for any vehicle here in the state of Arizona. So it's not that he couldn't do what he needed to. It's just that he was lazy and didn't do it. So I happen to be a catalyst of change for him.
Okay. Well, this was issued on July 27th, which is more than a month ago. So it wasn't just. You're getting the trifecta of not taking care of required stuff for your vehicle. So the 3 things that you need, you don't have any of the 3.
My father card, I knew.
Well, you have illegal window tint all the way around, windshield, front windows, cracked windshield, and I'm Deputy Sloup, and that's why I stopped you.
Yeah.
So, you know how it is, man. I couldn't even see you sitting in here.
I mentioned that person's got top to bottom window tint on their windshield. You're allowed a tint strip up on the top. That's totally legal. 33.5% plus or minus 3% on the sides, totally legal. You can even get an exemption from MVD for your side windows to be illegally tinted, and that's fine. Even MVD's exemption doesn't apply to the windshield. Like, you can't, because I get it. I have dark tinted windows on my vehicle that the sheriff's office gives me. I put my windows down all the time to see, but you can't do that on your windshield. So that's why if I write a ticket typically for window tint, it's because someone's tinted their windshield. I don't do very many for the sides. Occasionally I do if it's someone that's gotten a warning before or it's a really gross violation. But the majority of the time, if I'm writing a ticket for it, it's because tinting your windshield is just dangerous. And I don't care how hot it is in Arizona. I have a personal truck here. It's got a big windshield. My windshield isn't tinted. I have a tint strip on top, and that's it.
So if you know who I am, and you watch the videos, why would you not just go to somewhere and go, hey, can you take this crazy illegal window tint off my windshield? Because that's got to be dark at night. All right, so your windshield's cracked, that's one violation. Your window tint all around is another violation. I only went with one of them. I don't need to write you for everything. But we do have improper materials on both your windows and your windshield. That's it. You know it's illegal. I know it's illegal.
Don't put tint on your windshield.
We don't need to harp on it. First reason, you're 61 into 45. Second reason, you have a lifted truck with no mud flaps. Third reason, your registration expired in July and we're now in August. And fourth reason is you now have a tinted windshield. So 4 separate reasons. I've stopped him about 1.5 years ago or so. And then I wrote him 5 separate citations for a different vehicle for almost the same violations, just with a different truck, but having tint, no mud flaps, he was expired registration, didn't have insurance, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of violations. And I stopped today for speeding, and again, 15 over, and he's got tinted taillights, lifted truck, illegal window tint. I don't think we have insurance yet. Registration expired last month, like all this stuff. So he's just like a habitual, really slow learner about all of the violations that are possible with Arizona motor vehicle law. And where we stopped, the last time I stopped him is exactly the same spot that I stopped him today.
Again.
Literally the same exact intersection, and the violation took place in the same exact location at Ironwood Ranch. So maybe this is just an unlucky area for him.
I was like, there's Frank.
You're driving around with so much illegal tint on here. I saw you and drove off the road. I can't believe.
I was coming out.
Yeah, I drove off the road. I was looking at you because I couldn't believe how illegal this vehicle was. See your driver's license. Like, this is an absolute insult.
And I'll be honest, when I got the windshield tinted, they actually tinted it darker than what I had asked.
Then you
you should have said, take that off my windshield. It's illegal. Yeah, the strip's legal.
Okay.
But top to bottom, because these windows are illegal too.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're illegal. This is an insult to Arizona motor vehicle law. Very seldom do I only write one violation for improper materials on windows and windshields, but This is such a blatant violation. I have to. I have to.
Yeah.
So, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Sheriff's Office.
I'm good friends with Sheriff Lamb. So.
Outstanding. No one cares about that.
My boss is an elected official. There are signs with his face on them all over the place. He's been on 60 Days In, Live PD, all over the internet. Everyone knows Mark Lamb. So when I walk up to a car and the first words out of someone's mouth are, I know Mark Lamb. Like, everyone knows Mark Lamb. After this stop, I had run into the sheriff kind of recently afterwards. And I was like, I ran into a guy and he dropped your name. And he's like, I hate it when people do that. Oh, he goes, if someone drops my name, they don't know me that well because they know that I wouldn't allow someone to do that. I was like, all right, fair enough.
During a traffic stop, there's no reason to bring that up under any circumstances. Because strange enough, so am I. Well, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is speed limit on this road is 35, and you accelerated to a top speed of 58.
Don't run out of gas here.
Did you say you were going to run out of gas?
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh.
I drive
I feel
slower.
like your engine works more efficiently not at higher speeds.
Yeah.
I think that's a thing. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but that's a thing. I feel like you got to wear your seatbelt. I feel like seatbelts are important for staying safe.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right. By any chance, are you low on blinker fluid today?
Blinker?
Yeah.
Like, no.
Because it didn't work. Like your blinker didn't work there. Did you just not use it? Oh, look, it worked. Oh, it does work. Okay. So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The initial reason I stopped you was you're 67 miles an hour and I posted 45 out on Hunt. And then
fast.
when you change lanes from the right lane to the left lane and then the left lane into the left turn lane, none of those movements were indicated by any sort of use of any blinker anywhere. You are more than double the speed limit here.
Oh,
So, you know what the speed limit is here?
I don't.
Do you feel like that might be an important piece of information?
Yes.
Okay, so
I
you have like people's houses here, and the roadway here.
I actually live right in the neighborhood back here. I just moved here.
So why do you have an Illinois identification card?
So because right now I'm in between licenses.
Which means your license is suspended.
Yeah, so...
Okay. So let's just say, hey man, my license, in between houses, where you're like, oh man, I got some of my stuff here. Your license is suspended.
So
Passenger, do you have a good license?
Yes,
Okay,
my
so my wife. So why isn't wife driving?
Passengers 100% good, driver driving dirty. Happens all the time. All the time. But more frequently than I would like to admit. If you have a good driver, like sitting in your passenger seat, let them be the driver. Like, don't let them be a good licensed, insured passenger sitting in the passenger seat while you're doing something terrible that's going to get you a ticket, or you're driving on suspended, which is criminal. Like, let the driver with the driver's license drive and just be a good co-pilot. Like, take care of the music and work the phone and, I don't know, provide snacks or whatever co-pilots do. But, like, don't drive dirty when you have a good passenger.
Is this like a machismo thing? Are you like, man, I got to drive?
I guess you can call it that. I'm gonna be real honest with you.
All right. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. Let's go with the good news first. Okay, so your license does not appear to be suspended out of Illinois.
Oh, okay, word.
The bad news is you're still doing more than double the speed limit and you're still getting a criminal citation for excessive speed.
Can you do me a favor?
I could do lots of favors.
Can you please tell my son to listen to his parents?
Put that back window down.
Put it down.
Let me be a parent for you.
Are you not listening to your parents? You gotta listen to your parents. Here we go, I'll get that to you there. I still listen to my mom.
Absolutely true. 100%.
Right now, she actually, the other day, she rode along with me, and she told me to give someone a warning, and I did.
Yep.
Because I listen to my mom.
So you catch a little bit of foreshadowing in this episode. Talk to the kid in the back seat. I give him a sticker. I tell him, hey, still listen to my mom. My mom did a ride along, and I listened to her. But that episode is actually the next episode. So a little bit of foreshadowing. I don't know if you caught it the first time you saw this. But this is just a good example of how sometimes we're, a week or two out of sequence just because the episode with Mom needed a lot more editing and Sam had a lot more work to do with it. So he put this video out ahead of Mom's video so that it gave him more time in the office to edit. Can I give him a sticker?
Yeah.
Okay. So, promise to listen?
Yes.
So those are stickers, just like my badge.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure. All right. Is that a good example?
I know. I'm sitting here telling him Daddy's a bad boy. I should have been following the law.
You're not kidding.
Do you want to switch?
Mom, can you drive, please? Thank you. Since obviously you're the more responsible of the two. All right. I'm gonna. She is the more. By the way, she's not only is she more responsible, but she's smarter than you too, and she's always gonna be right.
I know it.
Hey man, I appreciate you being kind. Thank you so much. The reason I stopped you is you're talking on your phone as you're driving down the road, holding it. Which it's hands-free?
They should not be using phones at all. It's a distraction.
I agree. This day started out with Mom doing a ride along with me. She had never done a ride along before, and she wanted to meet Sheriff Lamb. So I arranged it with the sheriff to catch him when he was at the office. We went in. Me and Sheriff Lamb and Mom took some pictures. Sam was there, and we sat down in Sheriff Lamb's office to talk, just the four of us. And it was Sheriff Lamb actually said we should do an episode of Fridays with Frank's mom. And Mom agreed to it. Sam's face lit up. I went down, emptied out the back seat of my car, made some room for Sam, and Sam videoed my mom's first ride along with me. So I think I'm going to write him a ticket for this.
I would.
Would you?
I would.
As long as you would, I would. All right, we have the Mom's stamp of approval. Just operating a vehicle while using a portable wireless communication device. Just super simple. I am more nervous than having Sheriff Lamb ride. Absolutely true. Very true. So, because I could go home and get away from Sheriff Lamb. I can't. I can't. I'm going to hear about this over Sunday dinner. Love it.
This is my first in 22 years. So I get to see face up. I get
This
to
is
see
incredible.
what he really does.
I got a big perma grin going on. See your driver's license, please.
I don't have it on me.
You don't have it on you? Okay. Gary Road. All right. So, always a red flag. Someone's like, I don't have my driver's license with me.
Oh yeah.
Like, you don't, huh? Even Mom knows. So, okay. Oh, hey, look, that's weird. He doesn't have a driver's license.
And he's driving.
That's how this happens.
Yeah, good call.
Let's see. And he's got arrested in Mesa. He's been arrested in Chandler, and he's been arrested in Gilbert.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh boy. So we've had all sorts of contacts with him. So we're gonna go ahead and give him a citation because he needs it real bad.
Oh God, yeah.
92. Oh, and he has no paperwork whatsoever in that car.
Well, then you're gonna have to really give it to him good.
I feel the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, that learning curve is not
Non-existent. No curve.
non-existent.
Okay, so you don't not have a driver's license with you. You don't have a driver's license. That's different. You don't have a temporary one because you have an identification card because your driver's license is suspended. So you don't have a temporary one because temporary means that the state of Arizona would have given you the right to drive back, and you do not. You don't have that privilege, right? It's not a right. It's a privilege. There we go. So does anyone in the car have a good driver's license? Can I see your driver's license? Oh, again. Oh, good. You don't have one either. Yeah. We have a whole carload of people that just hate carrying driver's licenses. My sister doesn't have a driver's license either. With her, but she says it's valid, and she showed me a photocopy of it. Okay. Which I don't know why you carry a photocopy of your license and not just your license, but we can work on that. Oh, she's on. There we go. Very cool. Step on back. Appreciate it. Oh, what's that? Thank you, ma'am. I like it. It's on sister's leg. Hey, thanks so much for having a good license. Don't let him drive.
My favorite episode was that cocky kid that thought he knew the law.
At the time when we videoed this was well before we started FridaysWithFrank.com. Now, along with watching Fridays with Frank, which Mom still does, Mom and I pack every single package that leaves FridaysWithFrank.com whether it's a mug or a tumbler or shirt or hat, Mom's hands have been on that. When I was out of town, she packed all the merch herself. When I'm in town, we pack them together. So, but it is my special time with her. We kind of catch up on our days and talk about all the cool places that Fridays with Frank merchandise goes, whether it's Australia or Canada or Germany or all across the United States. It's really neat, and it's a neat time that we get to spend together. But if you've ordered something from FridaysWithFrank.com, or if you're going to order something, which I always suggest that you do because we got some pretty cool merch, when you get that, know that Mom and I have both put our hands on that package, and she packs them with love because she's Mom. That's what she does.
The one in the blue Mustang?
Okay, can you just...
Episode 9.
Like you're being rude.
What about what have I done that makes me rude?
Yes.
Yep. That is the majority of people's
Mom's favorite episode.
And when in fact he knew nothing about the law. So I'm so proud of him.
Do we need to say hi to this guy who just passed you?
Yeah, it's 71.
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him?
Let's go get him.
Mom, let's go get him.
Talk to this guy right now.
Here we go.
The reason I stopped you is you were 21 over the speed limit when you passed me.
I'm so sorry.
I absolutely think that needs to result in a citation.
They won't learn unless you give them a ticket.
I feel the
Mom's
same.
got it.
I feel like we're on the
That's
same.
funny.
I feel like we're on the same page. Your speed's a criminal amount of speed. I did not issue you a criminal ticket since you've never been contacted by anyone in the Pinal County Sheriff's Office before.
Every day that he's been on the force, I have worried about him. In the first couple of years, I had anxiety so bad I couldn't watch the news anymore.
Do you have a current proof of registration, please?
Go. CLDS parking lot. Again.
That's it right there. All right. Now this insurance is good all the way through 2024, so hang on to that one. So he was just stopped by Deputy Yeoman, who's a traffic superstar.
Guy's awesome.
In March of this year. So he was stopped. Let's see what we're doing.
Is that learning curve?
Learning curve, yeah.
One of my very favorite parts of this is when we're talking about a slow learner and Mom and I both go like that. I think I had done it in a previous video where I was talking to someone on the side of the road that I had contacted previously, and I was like, man, you're a slow learner. Like, instead of your learning curve going like this, it's like this. And obviously Mom watches Fridays with Frank, and I think she picked it up from there, and then we just both happened to do it at the same time. But watching that and seeing that we had the same mannerism at the same time, totally unrehearsed, was one of my favorite parts of this video.
Like that.
I love how we did that at the same time, totally unrehearsed.
He was stopped for no registration, for not having his registration card, and for not having current proof insurance. But he has all of those today. You don't seem excited about it.
I don't know.
Okay. If you're not excited about it, apparently mom rules today. We'll let you make all the calls. You were a cluster that day. You didn't have anything.
No.
But you have everything today.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. My mom's in the car. She said to give you a break. If you could just not speed in Pinal County anymore, that'd be great. Good enough?
Yep.
All right, man, put your seatbelt on. Drive safe. He just looked at me, and I think he thought to himself, your mom's with you.
Mom's with?
My mom told me to give you a break. So give him a break.
He's a good son. He's a very good son. And he takes care of his mom.
I do. She takes care of me.
The reason I stopped you is you're 71 miles an hour as you were passing that white pickup truck on Gansel in a posted 50. So you're 21 miles an hour over the speed limit, and then you were just moving around to pass this car so you could continue to speed here.
Sorry, I was listening and I was...
You know what it is? It's your big Ultima energy.
This is the first video that we talk about big Ultima energy. I didn't know what this was. Sam didn't know what this was before this. Traffic unit was working a collision down in kind of the south of Florence in a little town called Randolph, just south of Coolidge. And the suspect vehicle was an Ultima. And in the comments for the sheriff's office Facebook page were all these comments about there being big Ultima energy. So then we really started looking at Ultimas and realizing how many of our stops were actually Ultimas. So this is the first time I mentioned it, but we had had it this knowledge of the big Ultima energy for a little while, and we were just kind of watching to see, doing our own little research project about how many cars we stopped were Ultimas, and this just ended up being a great example of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I get it. I get it. You want to drive fast in this car. This traffic stop came to a stop here at the Medical Plaza.
The location of this stop is in the Medical Plaza. It's on Interstate Gansel, on Gansel Road. Someone that works in this Medical Plaza is on the Find Frank page within that group. And I see pictures of me on traffic stops exactly like this in that group all the time. So I look through Find Frank and I see the pictures that people take, and there are a bunch of different pictures of me in that plaza. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if you're watching this, but come out and say hi after a traffic stop is done, because I know you take a lot of pictures through the window there.
Just north of Empire and south of Banner Ironwood on Gansel Road. We do a ton of traffic stops right here in this parking lot. I've arrested people for criminal speed, for DUI, for driving unsuspended, criminal speed, regular speed, all in this parking lot. And it just ends up being the first place out of the 50-mile-an-hour zone where it's really safe to stop. So we do a lot of traffic stops here. I'm sure the people that work in this Medical Plaza are probably tired of seeing me
all sorts of Fridays with Frank pictures and Find Frank pictures in the
It
road.
was a TikTok. Going down the road, I'll be doing the navigation.
So you're watching TikTok while you're driving down the road? But it was on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
So did you just turn on TikTok between when you slammed on your brakes and stopped in the middle of Gansel Road, or were you watching it while you were driving?
I didn't know where to stop there, sir. No, I wasn't necessarily watching it. Put my hands on it, went over to the... I didn't know what to.
So your phone just magically switched over to TikTok.
At the time, I didn't have a TikTok page like I do now at frank.sloup.official. I had no idea. So on here, I'm like, yeah, it's a TikTok reel. I didn't even know that was the wrong terminology at the time, because I was not on TikTok. I didn't want Beijing having all of the things that are on my phone. I've since decided that I don't care, and I'll let them have all of the pictures that they want. But I didn't. That's simply this video shows my ignorance about TikTok at the time. It wasn't even on my radar that we'd be doing any of this back then, like we're doing it now.
Okay. Hey, man. I hear new things every day, so that's a new one. Let me see your driver's license. So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is for a criminal amount of speed. Okay, so you're more than 30 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, and then you stopped literally in the middle of Gansel Road.
I didn't want to keep on continuing going.
You can go down. I actually wanted you to pull into the LDS Church parking lot there. It's not what Frank says. Frank doesn't make the law. Arizona law says you have to pull parallel to the rightmost curb and remain stopped. What Arizona doesn't say is pull into the median. It's super easy. You turn your right turn signal on, and you legally change lanes to the right, because that's what I expect you to do. All right. Well, you are very deserving of a couple tickets, so you're going to get them, and I'm going to go write them, and I'll come back. Like, I don't think that's how phones work. I don't think you just, put your phone down, which you shouldn't be holding while you're driving, because we have a hands-free law here. So she's wrong from the get-go, along with traveling at 35 miles an hour above the posted speed limit. But yeah, I don't feel like when you put your phone down, it just goes onto a TikTok reel. So we're going to address that with some tickets, along with the 35 over and the slamming on her brakes and coming to a stop in the middle of Gansel Road, where she could have just pulled into the LDS parking lot, where 100 other traffic stops have occurred. You can't operate a vehicle while using a portable wireless communication device. Using it means for anything. For navigation, for TikTok, for selfies, for Snapchat, or whatever else you kids are doing these days. So all of that. So that's what we're doing here. You have a mandatory court date. So why do you have an identification card?
I got my license suspended.
Your license is suspended? So why are you driving without a seatbelt on at a criminal amount of speed in Santan Valley?
I I did have my door on.
And you pulled into the median, which I don't know why I'm standing here in the median, but... So you know the name of this road is Gansel Road, right? This isn't Interstate Gansel. Even if it was Interstate Gansel, posted as 65, you would still be doing a criminal amount of speed. That's how far above the speed limit you are.
Wow.
See all that dirt that's over there to the right? That's where we're supposed to be, over on the right curb. Not in the middle, where cars are passing us in the fast lane on both sides. This is a mandatory court appearance because both of these are criminal in nature. So as I'm traveling down the road, probably 95% of the time, this radar is in a mode that it's getting the speed of vehicles that are coming at me in the opposite direction. It's funny because people all the time are like, oh, I know your license plate. I'm like, it's not the license plate on this car that is going to give it away. It's when I'm already behind you and I've already illuminated my lights. The speed of vehicles coming at me is really what I'm looking for. So by the time they see me, that it's already over. That decision's already been made. The reason I stopped you is the speed limit on this portion of Gansel is 45. You're doing 73. Ow. That's why you were so far ahead of all the other cars, and I can make that U-turn to come in. So you're at a criminal amount of speed, almost 30 miles an hour over the speed limit.
My radar works for, a half mile, 3/4 of a mile away in a straight line. So I had this truck coming at me and already had him locked in by the time we even got remotely close to each other. So people are like, oh, I know your car, and I slow down. By the time that guy realized it was me, I was already in the median and making a U-turn around to go get him. It's the distance that radar is accurate is amazing. And especially like that, where you just have one single vehicle coming at you and nothing else in sight. It's incredibly accurate.
Pretty quick. Everyone writes tickets on Gansel Road. Interstate Gansel is a legit phenomenon.
We
dealt with several fatals here in the last year just on Gansel Road. So it's something as a member of the traffic unit and taking those fatals, having talked to those families and everything that goes around with that. We really try to decrease those excessive speeding violations by being out here a lot. So you're in our system from a really long time ago, and you haven't been in our system for a really long time. Which means you were going down a road and you went, no, I don't want to go that way.
Overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, I'm going to write that as a criminal ticket. Especially right there. It was right between like Post and Butte High School and the LDS Church. It's an area where high speeds are pretty frequent. But I contact this guy, and I could see he's got some tattoos that he's having removed. Had some tattoos on his neck that he was having removed. And he's in a really nice truck. I go back, I run him, and just like I said in the video, we had a pretty extensive history from him, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And then he hadn't had any contacts with the sheriff's office for many, many years, like double-digit years. So what we found out was that he just decided he was going down the wrong path and changed it. And I thought it was so admirable that he had taken charge of his own life. And that level of accountability to say, hey, I don't want my life to be going down this bad path. That I just gave him a regular civil cite. We still want to hold him accountable, but I specifically didn't write him criminal because of that.
And now you're living life right. I want to tell you I appreciate that.
Brand new truck.
Because that's cool. Like, that's cool. That's cool to be like, I don't think I want this to be my life. I think I want a life where I drive a 2023 Chevy, which is awesome, by the way. And that's cool. In understanding and appreciation of you changing a lifestyle, we did not write you a criminal cite. So we keep all that criminal stuff away from you. Now, you're doing 73 into 45, so you're still setting a land speed record. But I have some discretion. The sheriff really appreciates it when I use it. So I try to do it as much as I can. So we just wrote just for the civil. It is unequivocally the right decision to make right now. And I like working down here because he gives me that discretion, and I try to use it when I can. So, all right, no problem. Listen, slow down, drive safe. Thanks.
I love this episode. This is one of the all-time favorite episodes of Fridays with Frank. For us, for Sam and I, and also for the internet in general. A very similar interaction to the episode 33 guy. But this guy was a little different, gave me his driver's license, still wanted to video me. I don't care, it doesn't bother me a bit. Obviously I have a Sam, so I'm kind of used to being on video. So Sam did some very specific things while he was making this video. During my interaction with him, you notice that there's nothing fast forwarded, nothing cut out. What Sam did was, because he knows that there's this type of person that just requests everything, so we didn't want to have there be anything out on the internet that's different than what we had. So we put out everything. So that is a totally unedited conversation. Both my initial contact with him and my secondary contact with him are all uncut, specifically so that there isn't any other footage anywhere. If he did a Freedom of Information Act request, that he couldn't get any information that we weren't going to put out first. So this is it. That's the contact. And you see how it goes.
Film 1629 negative expires 4/15 of 2016 eastbound versus Alcorn.
One of my favorite dispatchers. You hear the dispatcher give me the information back. I'm Tom 16, so she gives me the information back. She's one of my favorite dispatchers. Her voice is on a lot of Fridays with Frank because she works during the day and I work during the day. But PCSO's got great dispatchers. My previous agency I worked for, I had some great relationships with some great dispatchers that stand good till today. So we don't mention them a whole lot because they're kind of behind the scenes doing all of the things that dispatchers do. But in law enforcement in general, dispatchers are a huge portion of our job and play a really pivotal role, not only in dispatching calls, but also getting information. I mean, they do from address searches to backgrounds and criminal checks and all of the things that they do behind the scene at their terminal that a lot of us take for granted while we're up on the road. But this one just, it reminded me of her, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the dispatchers out there because you make our jobs way easier.
Hello. Front window works better. There we go. All right. Well, I'm Deputy, I don't need your back window down. I was trying to figure out why that one was going down. Well, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. All right. May I see your driver's license, please? All right. Any reason you're videoing me there?
Does that bother you?
Not at all. So this is a passport card. Do you have a driver's license?
Why did you ask?
I don't think he knows.
Why would I ask what?
About my recording.
Well, I do traffic stops for a living, and probably in the last 1,000 traffic stops I've done, I haven't had someone hold their phone up and video me. So it's something out of the normal, and when something out of the normal happens, typically I address it.
Boy, it happens all the time.
Well, it doesn't happen to me. I don't know if you do traffic stops for a living, but I do traffic stops for a living, and this doesn't happen all the time. So you are incorrect. Well, you passed me at 15 miles an hour above the posted speed limit, 60 miles an hour in a posted 45, as you weave through traffic, passing slower moving vehicles on both the left and the right. Okay, yeah, so perfect. See our registration paperwork, current proof of insurance, please.
Do I have to? I have to stop my report.
If you would rather not, you don't have to.
Are you going to write me for it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely. One of the things with this guy, very similar to the last guy that felt the overwhelming need to video me for absolutely no reason, is that they both had to stop videoing to get their insurance off their phone. So if you're going to be a troll and you have some weird feeling like you're going to get something on your phone to like get someone fired or do like I'm going to do something that's improper, do yourself a favor in your troll house on your troll printer, print out a copy of your insurance card. So then at least, then you don't have to stop videoing and there can't be any excuses. You could be videoing with one hand and handing me all your troll paperwork with the other. And then you don't have to stop videoing like this guy. Because if you don't provide current proof insurance, you are going to get a ticket, not out of spite, but because it's my job. So help your trolls out there in the internet world. Help yourselves out. Make sure you have all your documentation, and then you can continue videoing all you want.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to get any breaks because I'm recording you. And this is
Oh, no. I'm being a member of the traffic unit. It is my job to issue citations.
Everybody goes 60 down this road.
And I write everyone tickets. No, I write everyone tickets. It is literally my job to write tickets. It's all I do.
Everybody goes 60 and nobody ever gets pulled over for those.
Okay, I feel like that's a pretty gross generalization spoken from a pulpit of misknowledge.
Cops go 65 down there.
Well, we can.
All the time.
We can.
You can't either, not without your lights on.
That's actually not true. If I'm responding to a call for service, I need to get there in a timely manner.
You have to have your lights on.
I feel like you think you know a lot more than you actually know.
I think I know more than you do, which is really disappointing because you're a police officer.
I'm actually a deputy sheriff. Those two are different.
Really disappointing. It's making me wait for a code.
Okay. In the meantime, if you could grab your registration paperwork for your most current registration year. All right. And that looks like it's good. Nissan Versa, last couple, 32, 40... Perfect. All right, thanks, sir.
Big Versa energy, just not the same.
That's it right there. Right under your thumb. Perfect. Awesome. Still your current address on?
Yes.
Sure, appreciate that. Hang tight for me. Thank you.
This guy did file a public records request for the video that Sam shot, and what he got was absolutely nothing different than what this is. The GoPro footage, I don't have a dash camera, we have a GoPro. It's like 5 generations old, and it starts and stops when Sam pushes a little button that's up on my dash. And it has all the video that's up here is the video that he had because he used it and he took it, so he put it in this video, and it's the same video that this guy had. On my side of things, I never heard anything from this stop. He didn't fight his ticket, so we never went to court or anything like that.
Wow. There's a lot of misinformation sitting in the driver's seat of that vehicle. And I don't know how to bridge that gap between like ignorance and knowledge, because I don't think that there's enough wood to build that bridge. Hey, sir.
Civilian?
Yes, it is.
In your car?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
What's he doing?
He's an employee of the sheriff's office.
And what's he doing?
He's videoing.
Why?
Well, like, remember before you were videoing me and you were like, "Do you have a problem with this?" And I said no. It's because I'm always videoed. So have you had anything to drink? Have you had anything to drink today?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. May I have I don't know that. That's why I ask questions. It's my job to conduct a complete, thorough investigation.
Let's go.
May I have a contact phone number for you?
No.
Okay, no problem. All right. Well, all the information that's up at the top here is yours. Your vehicle's information's here. It says today.
I'll sign it.
He's like, I'll just sign it. So in Arizona, and again, different from other states, but here, if you're issued just a regular civil citation, you don't have to sign anything. You do, in Arizona, have to sign a criminal citation. By signing a criminal citation, what you're saying is, please don't take me to jail now. I will voluntarily go and see the judge on my assigned date and time. If you refuse to sign that, what you're saying is, I'm not going to appear on my assigned date and time, at which time the law enforcement officer will take you into custody, take you into jail, and in jail, you will see a judge, and then that's how we ensure that for criminal citations, that people will appear in front of a judge. So if they don't sign that citation saying that they promise to appear, they're taken into custody. And that's every agency that I know of in Arizona and in the majority of states. There's some states back east that are doing some different stuff with mandatory signing of citations, but they don't have the same philosophies on law enforcement as Arizona has.
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. This because it's simply a civil traffic violation. There's no requirement for you to sign. So you were doing 60 and a 45. So the RMP that's on the citation stands for reasonable and prudent, and that's always what the posted speed limit is.
Okay,
Got
you don't need to explain it to me.
Okay, but I explain it to everyone. I'd like you to have this information before we part ways.
I understand.
Okay. If you don't want me to, I won't.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, within the pamphlet that I'm going to provide you here is your driver's license and registration and an exact carbon copy of the citation, which I explained to you. On the front of the pamphlet on the bottom is options 1, 2, and 3. Options 1, 2, and 3 are the 3 options that you have.
Understand.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Are there any questions I can answer for you? Any other additional information that you need?
Your name and badge number?
Yes, sir. On the bottom right-hand corner is my name and badge.
There is. How did you clock me?
Radar. Certified calibrated radar. It's a... no, you may not, and it's only because it's mounted in my vehicle, and I have a lot of sensitive stuff, both information on my computer and weapons and stuff in my vehicle.
Can I just look through the window at it?
Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
Absolutely. Hop on out.
Because here comes another
All right, now be careful.
wave of excuses as to why that doesn't work.
This side. Let me put my window down for you. So if you notice right there, your top speed is, after you passed me, was 60, and as I was catching up with you, I locked in the speed.
Yeah, you could have been anybody. I wasn't going 60.
Well,
His first argument was going to be, well, he didn't show me his radar. So I figured I would just thwart that right off the bat. Most of the time I don't bring people back to my car, but this was such an amazing contact that I figured he was the right guy to do it. So I rolled down my window. Obviously I don't want him jumping in my car. So I rolled down the window, I explained the radar to him, and immediately his story switches to, well, that could have been anyone. So one excuse was just going to lead to another excuse there was no making this guy happy. But I know that I locked him on radar because he literally drove in the lane directly next to me, past me. So it makes it really easy to visually identify and estimate a vehicle's speed when it passes within 3 feet of you. So, but there was, his first excuse of, well, everyone goes 60, and then, well, it could have been anyone. It's just, this guy's just grasping at straws here because it was a good stop, and there was nothing. I gave him nothing else to work with. See?
The radar says otherwise, sir. So, any other information I can provide for you?
Car's full of road. The road is full of cars.
It is. But you are the fastest car. Any other information I can provide? All right, appreciate you wearing your seatbelt. Make sure you drive safely today. Thanks, sir. See your driver's license, please.
I'm lost out here, so I haven't been out this way or anything.
Well, typically when you're lost, not driving fast is better than driving fast.
Good idea. I was smart.
Oh, hey, you put your seatbelt on. That doesn't work, man. Sorry, you might as well take it off because that's how it was when you were driving.
In Arizona, wearing your seatbelt isn't what's called a primary offense. So we can't stop you just for not wearing your seatbelt. But I'm always looking for it before I stop someone. So if I can get up next to someone before I pull them over, they don't have a tinted window, I can see if they're wearing their seatbelt or not. It helps me when I make that initial approach to be able to say, hey, you were wearing your seatbelt, or hey, you weren't. And that's what I did in this case.
All right, let me see your driver's license, please. All right, man, I know that you got stopped by another member of the traffic unit back in 2021 down here in Santan Valley. So you got to know, when you come down here, you got to obey the laws more than you do up in the valley.
I didn't mean to throw shade on the valley agencies, because those are my brothers and sisters up north. But the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, we have a full-time traffic unit. We have 8 deputies that are there. I think we have 5 full-time motors. So we've got a pretty aggressive unit, and we're all out there looking to aggressively enforce traffic laws. So, where other agencies might not put such a big focus on it, Pinal County Sheriff's Office, we do. So, I said that, hey, you gotta drive good when you're down here. That's why I said that, is because it's something we really focus on.
Because we actually enforce them, okay?
Ooh,
make sure you put your seatbelt on and drive safely today. Well, that was exciting.
Oh my God. It's off. Oh my God, I know who you are.
Oh my God, what?
It's Deputy Frank
Sloup, yeah.
How are you?
Good, man. See your driver's license. All right.
Take a big
Well,
rip
you know
in the
who I
car
am?
there. I kind of leaned in, put my head into the car. I'm always using my sniffer. So I'm smelling for alcohol. I'm smelling for marijuana. I'm smelling for anything else that I might be able to smell. It also helps me look down, making sure that there's no weapons there that would be readily available. So you'll see me do that in a whole bunch of stops where I kind of try to get my head as close to the passenger compartment as I can. And that's just me using all my senses to make sure that there's nothing in the car I need to worry about.
As soon as you give me your license, I'll know who you are. So that was kind of exciting there. You have any idea what the speed limit is out on Ocotillo?
Yeah, 45.
45,
Yep.
yeah. You know how fast you went
Way
past the
faster.
signs that said 45?
Pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty fast. It's pretty good. So you say you watch my videos, right? So you know that like traffic enforcement occurs in Pinal County. Okay. We're in Pinal County. So you got to know that we're out here. Have you learned nothing from like 60-something
That's
episodes
a
of
lot of
watching me
episodes.
write people tickets? Man, killing me.
So it's still for sure a ticket though?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a ticket.
Yeah.
We don't give warnings for 31 over. That's
criminal.
Literally against my religion. You're 20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Got another one.
Locked in at 65 and a 45 right over at Empire there. So, and also, it shows that your registration's expired. So, is it expired or have you had a newer?
I lost the tag.
Expired.
You lost it? All right. No, that's a current.
Oh!
You didn't lose it. You just never put it on.
Sorry about that.
All right, looks good. I'm gonna put this on there for you. You'll be look at that. There we go. Much better. Hang tight for me.
Me helping.
That's just a regular civil traffic ticket. It's not criminal. It's no mandatory court appearance, anything like that. Any questions I can answer for you as I stand here?
No, you're good.
All right.
I'm a big fan of the show.
You are?
Yeah.
How often do you watch the show?
I haven't watched it in about 2 weeks.
Okay, we did an episode in this parking lot, right here. And I said, I stop people all the time at the medical plaza on Gansel for speeding. So what that means is you need to watch more. And then you need to listen to what I preach. And he said, man, you got to know I'm around here making sure people aren't speeding.
I didn't see the car. I watched the show.
Look at your speedometer. Don't look for the car. Man, by the time you see the car, it's too late, man. How you doing? Good. See your driver's license.
I don't have nothing. I'm going to Canada to go get on my balls and all that. I've got to go get a job and everything.
Wow. Okay. So do you not have a driver's license?
Yeah, I got one, but it's
Is it suspended?
and I think I got some.
Yeah. Let me just grab your wallet. You have an ID in there or something? I need to know who you are.
A yellow pickup truck driving around in Santan Valley is kind of a unique look. This guy got stopped after he got his car out from me towing it and arresting him on this day. He got stopped again by some other Pinal County Sheriff's Office deputies. And he was not a fan of the fact that we made this video and put this out there, kind of putting him on blast for driving dirty. But you're driving a truck and you're looking to draw attention to yourself, driving around in Santan Valley, driving dirty, you're probably going to get stopped again because our deputies are looking for that. So we got him twice.
I don't, bro.
You don't have anything?
I got to get my other wallet. This is like my backup wallet. I just had it laying in the...
Backup wallet?
I just had it laying in the room, bro.
Okay, so
I only have one wallet.
So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. Reason that I stopped you is...
I know. This is my project truck, bro.
Project truck?
I got another car over there. I got to go get it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because this looks like your registration's expired. You got stuff hanging from your rearview mirror. You're not wearing your seatbelt. You got a cracked windshield.
I got no seatbelts in this.
You got no seatbelts, huh?
Yeah, this
Is that a bullet hole?
Yeah.
You had a bullet hole in your truck.
Nah, I just paid. They were told me this, boss.
Right there, man.
I'm not that crazy. They were telling me I had the lung.
Oh, okay. All right, man. I was like...
Yeah, nah, I know.
I was going to give you some serious street cred. You have bullet hole driving around Santan Valley.
I got a 454 for it, bro, and I got the stage cam too, everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
Man, before you pay for a new engine, you need to get yourself a license.
Take this shit away from
Man,
me.
some insurance and a seatbelt and good registration.
Took them out, look.
I know. Yo, you can't do that, man. All right. Are you the registered owner of this truck?
Yeah. I don't have nothing.
You have no paperwork?
I got some under the seat, bro, like loose paper. I doubt it, though. I think it's all at home.
Okay.
I love the peach.
Where do you live?
I live in Santa. I just moved out. But
You live in Santan Valley?
I just barely moved out from Chandler.
Okay. So I was going to say, man, you can't be driving this dirty in Santan Valley and not expected to be pulled over.
And what's it called? I have my little work car, but I like this truck, bro. Love it, yeah. And I don't have the time for the emissions and all that.
Yeah, you don't have time for that, man. That's all law. You ain't got time. Anybody got time for that?
Like sweet brown.
All right, man, you're going to get a couple tickets, man. It's going to be the way it is. Hang tight. Play yourself a song on that guitar, man, while you're waiting.
Guy in this truck here passed me at 58 and a 45 coming into this construction zone. It's expired registration, stuff hanging from his rearview mirror, isn't wearing a seatbelt. So, I mean, all kind of a bunch of minor violations. When I run a check of him, he comes back with a warrant, an arrest warrant at a Chandler Police Department for driving unsuspended. So he's been suspended for a while.
By us actively enforcing traffic laws, we are helping keep crime down all over Santan Valley. Because people that are doing bad things don't want the cops around. And they don't want to get stopped by the cops when they're doing bad things, like doing burglaries or thefts or shoplifting or selling drugs or buying drugs, doing any of the bad things. So when bad guys see other bad guys get pulled over, they're like, maybe we don't want to be down in Santan Valley. Maybe we want to go to some other jurisdiction where the cops aren't as aggressive. So that's one of the big focuses of the traffic unit, of every single one of the members of the traffic unit, is to get out there and be a overt, very visible way to stop other people from committing crimes. So we want that. We want to be that visual deterrent to people doing bad things. And this is a great example of that.
That's the best part of traffic enforcement, is the fact that we can take something seemingly minor,
turn it into something big.
13 miles an hour over the speed limit, and turn it into the arrest of someone who's wanted from another jurisdiction, be able to take him into custody, hold him accountable, because he has no insurance. So if he was speeding and crashed into someone, he could negatively change someone's life by not having insurance and driving through Santan. So we're going to take his car, because he's going to go to jail and his car is going to go to car jail.
So I need you to interpret something for me. Hop on out. Come talk to me. So I need you to give me an interpretation. I need you to interpret this. What does that mean?
Something nice for your butt.
In the English language, we use but. It's a more socially acceptable word with two T's. The Spanish word that's bleeped out with the peach is the not exactly socially acceptable word. It rhymes with chulo. Let's put it that way for those of you that speak Spanish. So that's what was bleeped out. We didn't want to get in trouble with the internet. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but that's what's bleeped out, and that's what was written on the back of the guy's car, which wasn't my reason for a stop, but obviously it did kind of further draw my attention to him.
Something nice.
Algo chulo pa tu.
I like the way you say it. I like it. All right, ma'am. So, step on up here. So, we got a citation, all right? Driving with your license is suspended. You know it's suspended.
Yeah.
No current registration because it expired in January and we're now in July. You picked the wrong J.
Yeah.
No insurance. Got to have insurance.
And what does that do to my license, bro?
Well, it can't be suspended anymore. I just need you to sign right there. So, appreciate that. Now, the next thing I need you to do, put your hands right behind your back. So right now, you're also going to be under arrest for an outstanding warrant you have from the city of Chandler.
Well, it's not a big deal. It's not a big warrant.
No, it's not.
I'm not a bad guy right now. Like,
nope, I got you.
Gotta pay tickets.
I get it, man. I get it.
Buy car.
You know how that sign back there says stop? Well, I feel like you employed a different four-letter word, which was slow.
We've had some comments like, hey, make a stop sign episode. It's we being the traffic unit, enforce every traffic law that there is. And I'm no different. The majority of my stops are for speed because it's such a big part of collisions. And it's such it's probably the most often committed traffic violation. But we stop people for no turn signals. We stop people for no right on red or making illegal U-turns, but we just don't see them as much. And sometimes we make a stop and it's not that interesting and it doesn't end up on Fridays with Frank. But it doesn't mean that we're not making those stops.
Since you've never been pulled over before, we'll give you a warning for this one, okay? Fix that windshield. All right, thanks for wearing your seatbelt. Drive safe. You ever see, when we were young, you see those little cars that you put them down and you pull it back and it goes zoom. That's what this looks like because it's so small. Like I could just... It's like you took a regular sized car and put it in the dryer for too long.
I know. It's 43 miles to the gallon.
Wow, that's great. You're at a criminal amount of speed, almost 30 over.
You're lying if I said I didn't know who you are and I don't watch you on the radio. And I know that's not going to get me out of tickets, but I'm just going to say that.
It's not.
I appreciate that.
Right.
So you got to know that I'm out here.
What's going to get him a ticket is the fact that he was stopped 4 days ago by Deputy Miller on Gansel, just a little bit further south of us. So he got stopped and contacted by a Pinal County Sheriff's Office deputy, given a warning, so someone used their discretion, and it did not in any way, manner, shape, or form change his behavior.
They
which
very rarely
just goes
do.
to show that behavior has changed with the issuance of citations.
So you watch the show.
Yes, sir.
You know I'm out here. You know what I call someone that got stopped 4 days ago and then stopped by me?
Probably going to be bad.
You're a pretty slow learner, man. Any reason for your lightning fast speed?
I don't have anything that's going to make any sense.
That happens sometimes.
I mean, you guys are so sick and tired of people lying to you and coming up with all this bull.
I couldn't agree more.
Over the years, this is what I think. As many times as I drive that way, and I drive safely, I don't zigzag around.
No, you were in a straight line
in front of me. Yep. I deserve it.
I figured absolutely this guy was going to get a criminal ticket. He was far enough above the speed limit. We're in a residential area. And then I go up and I contact him, and he has no idea that I'm the Frank from Fridays with Frank. But we have this great conversation on the side of the road. He's an older dude, probably had been to Vietnam based on what he had told me. And he just eats it. And he went from absolutely getting a criminal ticket to like, hey, I knocked it down to a civil ticket. And they even fought with that because he so overtly just took responsibility. I mean, he was like, yeah, man, I speed all the time. And for all the times that I've sped and haven't gotten caught, I deserve this one. And I don't think I've ever had someone say that to me. So I had a great conversation with that guy. And it was a lot longer than we put on video because we just stood there and chatted because he was just an interesting dude.
Come on.
We're on the same page.
The times that I've gotten away with it versus the one or two times I got to pay, I have no defense.
I got to tell you, I really like your philosophy on that.
There's no firearms or nothing.
Okay, it's okay. I have one.
I would hope so.
We kept this in the civil range or just the administrative side, not the criminal side. Your speed meets the threshold, but I have some discretion based on my interaction.
Whether I'm a or not.
You know what? You said it in a really good way.
Well, come on, dude, you deal with these all day long. I see it.
I do.
It's not my first rodeo.
I can tell.
But I had a 1971 Baldwin Motion Performance Z28 Camaro that was my coming home alive present.
Okay, and then you got to meet a lot of cops.
I got to meet an awful lot of cops. Oh, go ahead.
No,
you got to do.
I like that. But listen, I appreciate your truthfulness. And that goes a long way with me and just accepting responsibility, which is something that doesn't happen a lot in today's society. The reason I stopped you is you are 67 miles an hour in a posted 45.
1 month and 1 day ago, he was contacted by Deputy Diaz and Deputy Nino.
Yeah.
Both great traffic cops. Contacted him for 20 over on Hunt Highway, so right by Santan Flats. And he was given a warning. So just another example of how verbal warnings just don't work and they don't change behavior because this driver just thinks that he got away with that.
But apparently they didn't get the point across to you that speeding is bad, right? How old are you? 16. So you've been driving for like 4 minutes.
Oh,
and you've been
Gen
stopped
Z.
now twice in a month by us.
With the ticket that I wrote him, if he decides to go to court with that, he has to bring mom. He's 16 years old. If you're under the age of 18, you go to court, you have to bring a parent. So not only does he get inconvenienced by this, but now mom or dad is going to have to go and they also get inconvenienced. So if you're under the age of 18, you got to know that the repercussions for getting a citation go beyond just you. But now you're inconveniencing your parents, and I don't think they like that.
So if you continue down this road, your license is going to be suspended. And then you're going to be able to take all of your citations, and you're going to be able to take them to the store and trade them in for a bicycle, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to drive. Right? You understand that? You need to slow down. So you're getting a citation today for 67 and a 45. Is there any reason that you and him are driving like that? Because that's like, he pissed you off. Okay, because both of you pissed me off, because that level of driving here with people that aren't playing your game of driving and seeing who could get in front of who is absolutely unacceptable. Let me see your driver's license.
I don't have it on.
I don't
have. Oh, so you're driving the way you are and you're suspended. I don't care where you are going. There isn't a stipulation in Arizona state law that says I can drive in an overly aggressive manner while my license is suspended. And you're not wearing your seatbelt. So, I don't know what you expect from this traffic stop, but that level of driving is unacceptable. Do you have any ID so I know who you are?
And here's the second car stop.
Hello, sir. Hi, why were you driving like that?
This happened to be one of the times where driving an unmarked car was great. I saw this kind of road rage happen. Guy in a pickup truck went around the guy in the car, cut him off. So I got to see that while I was going down the road, when I had to slam on my brakes, spin around, and then try to catch up to them. And then had to get in between them so I could pull them both over. So it was kind of a tricky situation to get into, to pull those two cars over at the same time, but they were both obviously being aggressive and reckless. This happens in Santan Valley all the time. I don't think we're any different than Phoenix or Scottsdale or Mesa or LA or Miami or Pittsburgh. I think it happens all the time. One of the best parts of driving an unmarked car is that we get to see it and then contact those people right now, and address it where they may have stopped that reckless behavior if they saw a marked car, and then just continued on down the road once the marked car passed. But driving an unmarked gives us the ability to see it and then address it.
Back there. I watched what you did.
No, I know.
You also have a brake that functions in this vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't have to race in front of him and cut him off and then hit your brakes. You could have simply just applied your brake and let him go by you, right? Yep. But you didn't, and you decided to travel at a criminal amount of speed, the speed limit here is 45, to get in front of him and then road rage him and slam on your brakes the second that you got in front of him. Is any of that incorrect?
No, yes, I didn't slam on my brakes. He was back there flipping me off, moving on me. That's why I passed him.
Okay.
And then I moved back in, and you're absolutely right. I slowed down, but
You slowed down? Okay.
I did not.
How do you slow down? You apply your brakes.
But you did. You cut in front of him, and then you applied your brakes.
I moved when I knew it was safe. I didn't cut anybody off. I didn't do anything aggressive, but I did apply my brakes.
But the passing movement was aggressive, because it was at a criminal amount of speed.
I was hoping you could have seen him flipping me off and all that.
Who cares? See your driver's license. So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is for aggressive/reckless driving, criminal speed. I may see your registration, current proof insurance. So he says that you were doing some sort of like swerving and flipping him off. Was there anything like that?
He was behind me.
I know, I saw him.
He came up behind me and he flew right behind me. It almost hit me as he went by.
I saw that also.
So I just wanted to run him down and in front of him.
Okay, probably not a good idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Right? Now as you sit here and tempers have settled down a little bit,
we all have
probably
PTSD.
not the best idea to see someone driving in a manner that's unsafe and then aggressively chase them down so you could have a conversation with them, which probably wouldn't be as cordial.
I know, yes.
Which wouldn't be as cordial as this conversation. All right, hang tight for me, boss. Settle down. There's a lot of bad decisions that's in between us to the front and back right now. What we saw before we hit the camera was some like aggressive, reckless driving, like super fast speeding, cutting off lane changes, and it's just two guys that have no ability to control their tempers.
And I don't understand why this happens.
Neither one of them are
stoics in Santan when we're out here just trying to keep people safe. But everyone's going to leave here with a ticket today.
You're both getting tickets, but because you're parked here, I'm just going to write you first so I can get you out and away from behind me. So, at one point, trying to catch up to you guys, I was doing over 90 miles an hour. Not that you were, I was trying to close the speed. A couple times, speeds in the 70s popped up, which means that and you guys were faster than that. So, well, what I can absolutely say is that you were over 70 miles an hour. So, your citation is for 70 and a 45, which is a criminal amount of speed. RMP stands for reasonable and prudent, which for you is 0 because your driver's license is suspended.
On the citation, because it can't fit reasonable and prudent, it just says R and a little and sign and P. So I always let people know, hey, that's what the speed limit is. You know, that's what's reasonable and prudent, unless you are suspended or your registration's expired or you're drunk or something like that. Then your reasonable and prudent speed is 0 because that's the speed that you should be traveling if you have one of those issues, which is 0. So I explain it to this guy like that, but that's my reason too. I pretty much explain that on any of the moving violation citations that I issue.
So you're getting a citation for driving while your license is suspended, exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles an hour,
criminal,
not wearing your seatbelt, and not having current proof of mandatory insurance. You're going to have a mandatory court date. He is going to get a mixture of these same tickets. He's not suspended, and he has insurance and was wearing a seatbelt, but he's also going to get some citations. So, just need you to sign right here. By signing, you're not saying you did anything wrong. All you're saying is that you promised to appear. Now, I seized your driver's license because it is illegal for you to be in possession of it when it is knowingly suspended. So I'm going to take it, return it back to MVD. You need to get one. I also don't want to leave you sitting here behind me. So I want you to do is move your car into the Circle K parking lot and leave it there. Okay? I'm going to give that to you there. If you can move, I'm going to make sure traffic's good. If you can move around my car, just because I don't want you blocking my red and blue lights from people. And please, read some books on stoicism.
It's good advice.
Be more calm and level-headed and less emotional in your driving. It'll make you safer, and you'll have less conversations with us.
My time overseas.
I'm sorry?
It was my time overseas.
It happens, man.
Excuse of PTSD. I mean, if you've worked in law enforcement for any amount of time, you have some sort of PTSD. Just like being a firefighter or working on an ambulance or being in the military, we all see things that give us some sort of PTSD, but we don't use it as a crutch and go around and tell everyone, well, the reason that I made all these bad decisions, let my emotions get the best of me, and road rage with this guy was because I had PTSD. It's because you made bad decisions. That's why. So he threw that out there. Some of my very best friends are vets from mainly Army, Navy, and Marines. Branches I love. Guys that come out of there are rock solid. Girls that come out of there are rock solid. And the most rock solid ones don't use the fact that they've served this country as a crutch or an excuse to make bad decisions. So I called this guy on it and held him accountable like he needed to be.
I have some of my very most best friends are combat vets, so I've had a lot of conversations about that. But you can't use that as a reason to get sideways with people here. Okay, so there's a better version. That's it. All right. If you can move your car out of the roadway, I sure would appreciate it. All right, good sirs. Take care of some business here.
Okay.
So he got a bunch of tickets. He's on his way.
Yep.
You're getting some tickets. You're going to be on your way now that I've separated you two. So all the information up here is yours. Vehicle's information's here. And what I told him, same I'm going to tell you. At one point, I was doing over 90 miles an hour trying to catch you guys because you guys were speeding in front of me. So my radar was picking up speeds in the 70 range, anywhere from low 70s to high 70s, which would be consistent with me having to travel at a higher speed to catch up with you. So
that's how physics works.
The way physics works. So what I can swear on a stack of Bibles as tall as your lifted truck without mud flaps is that you were doing at least 75.
Okay.
At least. Okay. Posted speed limit here is 45.
Gotcha.
You are walking the line of aggressive driving.
Okay.
Per Arizona state statute, aggressive driving requires multiple violations of Arizona motor vehicle law and it needs 3, and I could, again, swear on a stack of Bibles on 2 of them. I couldn't swear on 3, so all I'm going to do is cite you with the 2.
You can go to traffic school for 1 moving violation. Moving violations like running a red light, running a stop sign, speed, failure to maintain lane, making an illegal turn, or something like that. Anything pretty much that you commit that's non-criminal while you're moving. So it keeps your insurance low. But if you get 2, or in some cases 3, those points are going to end up on your license, and you can only go to driving school for 1 of them. So that's why it's when I double up on moving violations, I'm ensuring that person's going to get some points on their license, kind of as a furtherance of, hey, this offense was serious, and I want to make sure that you understand that.
The 2 are exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles an hour, and that unsafe lane change of passing him on the left and then cutting in, because you shouldn't be passing a vehicle on the left at a speed that is over the speed limit in a criminal manner. So, now, the criminal speed is a criminal offense. It's going to require that you go to court.
Driver of the pickup truck gets an attorney. The attorney interviews me, which is called a defense interview. So he conducts an interview with me. It was telephonic, so he was on the phone, I was in my office, and he asked me questions pertaining to my contact with his client. He was unaware that episode 67 existed, so I let that defense attorney know, hey, if you want to watch this, although the Pinal County Sheriff's Office doesn't have body-worn cameras, I have a Sam, and Sam has a camera, so you could watch the contact with his client on episode 67. So one of the views on here, which if you're watching this, make sure you hit subscribe. The algorithm loves it. I love it. YouTube loves it. But I also told that to that defense attorney is, hey man, you could subscribe and you can go and watch your client. So I never heard anything else about it, and it is my belief that he took a plea to this. I couldn't swear on a stack of Bibles on that. That might be a future question for the county attorney. But I never heard anything after that interview.
And you know what would have been easier? Tap on your
Slowing
brakes,
down.
let him go down the road and be a jerk to someone else, and then your appointment on time. Also, it's a great lesson in stoicism, man.
So you hear me mention to both drivers that they need to practice stoicism. I'm a practicing stoic. I read a lot about it. It is just a philosophy on your response to external stimuli, how you respond to the outside world, which is really the only thing that you have control over. Is sometimes you don't have control over what happens to you, but you have control over how you react to it. If either one of these 2 gentlemen would have reacted differently, this would be a whole different scenario and probably wouldn't have been contacted by me. So hopefully one or both of them went and read a book. Ryan Halliday's great author, writes a ton of books on stoicism. You can get into it. You can get into some Marcus Aurelius and way back into the old school Greek philosophers, which is where stoicism started. And you could really read some good stuff. But if you want something modern, Ryan Halliday's pretty much the guy. Modern, if you want to read something and get to know a little bit more about how to control your emotions.
All right, if you guys don't have any, I appreciate you guys wearing your seatbelts. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. You also. Step on up. All right. So I already know what happened here because I do this for a living.
Yeah. This call gets dispatched out on the radio. Single vehicle into a wall. I'm thinking impaired driver, easy DUI arrest. So Sam heard it and he was like, we need to go to that, because he wanted to put the drone up and get all the footage of the car into the wall. So his brain's going in all the things he could video. My brain's going, who am I going to arrest when I get there? Because this has to be criminal, has to be a drunk. In the middle of the day, why else would you drive into a wall in a neighborhood? So, well, we found that out.
I've probably been doing this longer than you've been alive. But, so what happened here?
I wasn't driving, sir. It's my mom's car, but I wasn't driving.
Who was driving? Okay. So you were driving this thing. All right. Have you called Mom yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my phone is actually.
So whose car is this?
My mom's car.
So you were driving this car. Why were you letting him drive your mom's car?
I was letting him practice, honestly.
That's not exactly true.
I was just trying to let him practice, and I tried to turn him the curb.
No, you were going too fast, is what it was. Like, let's not BS each other, right? That means you were going too fast. And then what you did was you hit that, and then you overcorrected, and then you hit this wall, right? Where's your ID? Does he have it? You don't have what?
An ID.
Well, why were you driving?
You just tested.
Yeah, that's not how life works. Okay, have you called your mom?
Yeah, I called my dad. He should be on the way.
Okay. Come up over here. Come talk to me. Had anything to drink today?
No.
When was the last time you smoked any weed?
I never smoked.
Good idea. Me neither. That stuff makes you stupid.
Weed's like it's everywhere. It's legal here in the state of Arizona with a medical marijuana card, or if you're the age of 21 or above. I say in here, hey, smoking weed makes you stupid. I will stand on that mountain of right, which is where I am with that statement, until the end of forever. I've got some great friends that smoke weed. My sister's a marijuana user, very proud cannabis user, but appropriately, legally, and safely. That's my point of view. I know a lot of people say, oh, marijuana, it's natural. It's not natural. There is no marijuana that's natural now. There isn't a single strain that you can find, either a hybrid, a sativa, or an indica, that is not developed in a lab. It hasn't been crossbred with something to make the buds bigger, to make it mature faster, to make higher THC levels or lower THC levels and higher CBD levels. So at 16, there is no good marijuana you could smoke that doesn't do something negative to you. And there isn't a study that I'm aware of that shows that smoking marijuana under the age of 21 is beneficial for you.
I'm glad you said that. So that's the best thing I've heard all day. So you know you're in some trouble, right? You're not like in jail, you're not in jail kind of trouble, but you are going to have to go to court and talk about why you thought this was a good idea. Okay. All right, Skippy. Who are you on the phone with?
My mommy.
Hi, Mom. Did you know that he didn't have a license?
Yeah, I knew you didn't have a license.
Okay.
So
okay.
Now it's
Hi, Mom. Mom, take a deep breath. Boys are safe.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we have insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't kill them in front of me.
I'm trying not to give her all of the details of what actually happened, but so there's Mom's car and Mom's son and Mom's son's friend. So Mom's son and Mom's son's girlfriend were in the back seat while Mom's son's friend was driving. So I don't know what was going on, but whatever it was determined most probably that the driver was distracted and then came to the end of that road, which caused him to overcorrect and then hit that wall. So we left the aforementioned Mom's son's girlfriend out of the video, but that's the true behind the scenes is there might have been a different reason for this collision.
He wasn't driving?
No.
That was the rules. That was the rule.
Well, we don't. Having a long time ago have once been a young boy that age.
30 years ago.
Follow rules, Mom.
I know. I'm trying.
Mom, your rules are dumb.
I know. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to thank God he's alive. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes. I've done this job for a minute, so I saw the way you got out of the car. I'm like, I'm gonna go save this young man's life. Someone should put me in for a life-saving award because I saw it coming. I saw the rage. I was like, uh-oh. If you had big earrings on, I could see you taking your earrings off. Like, uh-oh, someone's fixing to get it. So you end up, even though you weren't driving, you end up with the worst of the citations just because of the way it goes, because you knew he didn't have a license, and you said, yeah, drive my mom's car, which is against your mom's rules and also against Arizona law. And because he's a juvenile, what you did was permit an unauthorized minor to drive. That's all it is. Arizona law says that's criminal. All that means is that you have to go to the court and you have to talk to the judge and tell him why you thought it was a good idea for him to be in the front seat, you to be in the back seat, while they're driving down the road here, going up and over curbs and across the meadow and through the woods. It doesn't mean you're going to jail, like I said, man. You're not going to go to jail. You're not going to jail, like I said.
Should have put him in a car.
That's all right. Now, you and I can be friends because I like your style. But that's that. That's that is.
That's
so
a cool
you
dad.
have to go. You have to bring Mom, which means that now for a second time you're going to inconvenience your mom. Which means Mother's Day's coming up. You better treat her right. You gotta get some flowers. You better make breakfast. Clean the house. You better. I was gonna say wash your car, but it's gonna take a little bit more than soap and suds for this thing. But you know what I mean. Now he got the worst, but you get the most. All we did was went with a regular speeding ticket because speed is the cause of this collision. No matter what, speed's the cause. And then no valid driver's license. So really simple. Nothing crazy, nothing outlandish. All right, ma'am. I appreciate you being cool. Thank you. It's always nice, kind of refreshing to have contact with someone that's.
Yeah. He already know time it is. We can have that talk.
Hey.
Thanks.
I appreciate you having that talk, man. Thank you. Thank you for that. The reason I stopped you is because your registration expired in March, and we're now in May.
What?
Yeah. Okay. And you gotta wear your seatbelt. It's click it or ticket. So it's really important. I stringent enough. Just yeah.
No, you're Frank.
I am. I am, and you should.
Wasn't my Frank.
You should know that.
Since I know you won't give me a ticket for my seatbelt, right?
Oh, I'm 100% going to give you a ticket for your seatbelt. Yeah. Just as sure as I'm standing here. I was having a conversation this morning with someone from the National Transportation Safety Board, and they commented that we're coming into the click it or ticket time of year.
Early in the morning, I was on my way into work, on Bluetooth, talking to a friend. She happens to work for the National Transportation Safety Board. We're talking about it. It's click it or ticket time every year throughout the country. Click it or ticket is in May. So it's May. This happened to be in May. Today is also in May. We talk about click it or ticket. And I told her that I would mention it if I stopped someone for a click it or ticket violation. I told her that I would mention it on camera. And my very first stop, I walk up, lady doesn't have a seatbelt on, and I was like, hey, here it is. That's what happened. So National Transportation Safety Board, they're a federal agency, and they give recommendations on safety. So they come out with top 10 most wanted, and what their most wanted recommendations for keeping humans safe as they travel. So some of them are railway, some of them are in boats, cars, pedestrians, stuff like that. So occupant safety is one that's always on there because it's such a big deal as to how people get injured in vehicles during collision sequences.
And that occupant safety is on one of their big most wanted lists for things that they really focus on.
True story.
Oh, you see me on video, you got to know that I write lots of people tickets for not wearing their seatbelt.
Sorry, buddy. I just moved out here.
That's okay. I guarantee that wherever you came from, you had to wear your seatbelt there too.
As I'm contacting people, sometimes for the most innocuous violation, a cracked windshield or no mud flaps, and I see that they're not wearing their seatbelt, a lot of the time I'll give them a warning for whatever I stopped them for and cite the violation for not wearing a seatbelt.
Hello. All right, let's take care of some business here.
Yeah, I'm really honored. I was watching videos of
You're watching videos of me while I'm here writing you tickets?
But hey, get us! Woo!
That's crazy.
Hey, I'm honored to get pulled over by you.
Well, thank you, man.
You know who I love the most?
Who?
Lamb.
Wow. I mean, he's a charismatic human. All right. Any idea why I'm going to stop you today?
I've seen your videos. I assume there's.
You have?
Yes.
Did you happen to watch the Mud Flap special?
I did. I knew it was going to happen. I'm sorry.
And here we are. Yeah, and here we are. And you got to wear your seatbelt, man.
One of the roles that I have within the traffic unit is I'm assigned to our vehicular crimes unit. So I'm an investigator for vehicular crimes, which means when there is a serious injury or fatal collision and there are criminal charges that are going to result in that, I get called out along with other members of the traffic unit. The lion's share of injuries that happen within a motor vehicle during a crash sequence happen when people aren't restrained within the vehicle. So the rumor of, well, I don't wear a seatbelt because, it makes it worse if you get into a crash. That's not accurate. So now there are some crashes that no matter what, wearing a seatbelt or not, someone's gonna die. Or someone's gonna get seriously injured. And that's the way the physics works in vehicles. But more often than not, a secured occupant will be safer than an unsecured occupant. And that's what Click It or Ticket is all about.
Yeah.
We did a seatbelt special too. It's just about that time for Click It or Ticket. It's a national campaign on occupant safety. In the state of Arizona, seatbelts are a secondary offense. So it's not something that we can stop someone for, but it is something that we can address after an initial stop. So stop us for mud flaps, I go up there, no seatbelt. Is a secondary violation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue him a citation for not wearing a seatbelt because occupant safety and occupant protection is a big deal for us. So we're going to give you an in-person warning
Okay.
As opposed to the internet warning for no mud flaps. You're going to get an in-person warning for no mud flaps, okay? I'm not going to write you a ticket for it. It's not something I typically write tickets for. What I'm going to do is I'm going to document that I gave you a warning for it. If you happen to get stopped for it again, then we're going to put pen to paper. Occupant protection is a big deal for us. So what your citation today is going to be for is for lap and shoulder belts being required, okay? Does that seem pretty fair? The reason I stopped you is you're 52 miles an hour back there, and you're a lifted truck, you don't have any mud flaps.
Okay.
So, and you got to wear your seatbelt. Seatbelts are important.
Another one.
He's wearing his seatbelt. Nice job. Nice job keeping yourself safe. Once I get up to the window, if someone's not wearing a seatbelt, I'm going to issue a citation for it. That's 100% of the time. I don't give. There's no warnings for no seatbelt. The reason I stopped you is you were 52 and a 35, so you're 16 over or 17 over. Posted is what is 35. R&P stands for reasonable and prudent. Yep.
Well, it's more than that.
It's no, that is not 52. I promise. And you're going into a 45 mile an hour zone here. So this is 45 once you get around the corner here. So 52 and a 35. R&P stands for reasonable and prudent, which for you is 0 because you're not wearing your seatbelt, so you shouldn't be operating your vehicle. All right? Now make sure you wear your seatbelt. It's important. And we're going to be around here.
We didn't have it too.
You know what?
Get 'em.
Sometimes you got to take responsibility for yourself, man. I'll hold everyone else accountable.
So this guy argues with me on the side of the road. In Arizona, which is different than other states, but in Arizona, I could literally walk up to you, say license, registration, current proof of insurance. You provide those to me. I walk back to my car, issue a citation, go back, hand you a pamphlet, never say another word, and leave. That is all that's required. I don't have to say any words. I don't have to say anything about it. I don't have to introduce myself. I don't have to tell you why I stopped you. I don't tell you who I work for. None of that. The time for all of that comes in court. So this guy arguing back and forth and, oh, well, that car's speeding, which he has no gauge of anything. He's just looking at cars that he thinks are going fast. But my saying is we don't hold court on the side of the road. If you're on the side of the road, that is not the time to be, well, my registration is good, but I don't have my insurance. That's not the time. The time is in a court of law with a judge who acts as a mediator and is a fair and impartial person to hear both sides of the evidence. That's what happens in court.
After I stop you for multiple violations, pointing out every car that drives by and saying, well, they're going fast. Well, they're going fast. Like, what's the point of that? Like, you're speeding. You're 17 over. Just accept responsibility for it instead of pointing out everyone else. Like when you're fishing, right? You've got one line. You cast it out, boom, you hook a fish. If 20 other fish jump out, you're not going to cut your line to go cast after that fish. You're going to deal with the fish that you've hooked. Well, he was my fish. And I've dealt with him. I've now released him back into the wild, and now I can go get another.
Good analogy.
I don't understand people. You know what the speed limit is here on?
I don't actually.
Do you think that's something you might want to know? See how registration, current proof insurance.
It's actually in the trunk under the
that's where you keep your registration?
Where the tire thing. No, I put it when I I put it back there.
Okay.
The first time I got it, and I just never grabbed it again. I haven't got it again.
So you're like, it's safe here
It's
next
like,
to my
yeah,
spare tire.
I'll keep it here because it was a whole thing. I'll just put it here for now, and then I'll just grab it.
Can you grab it for me? Your speed is a criminal amount of speed.
It comes to a stop in the LDS church parking lot on Interstate Gansel, just north of Bella Vista. It's kind of right between Bella Vista Road and Post and Butte High School. It was mentioned previously that it's kind of a drinking game of how many times we make stops in this parking lot and how drunk you would be if you took a drink every time I stopped a car here. The irony is not lost that you would play a drinking game for cars being stopped in the LDS parking lot. Nevertheless, we make a lot of stops here. So that's where the stop happened. Sam put it in there because it was kind of random that the guy's like, yeah, my registration is with my spare tire. So I thought it was funny. Obviously, guy was super nice. We had a great conversation. And obviously we laughed quite a lot because it was kind of an obscure place to keep your registration. The fact that he knew exactly where it was kind of made it even more funny.
Because you're more than 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. I didn't write you a criminal ticket, right? So within the pamphlet here is driver's license registration. So I'm giving it back to you. If you want later, You can get out, lift up your tire, put your registration back in there. All right. Just throwing it out there, man. It's an option. Well, the reason I'm coming up on your passenger side is because you literally stopped right on the white line. And if I would have talked to you on your driver's side, I'd be pretty much standing in the road. And there's all this room for you to drive over, and instead you're parked over there. So that's why I'm over here.
That makes sense. I want to see this.
Let me guess, you don't have a license?
No, I have my license. It's on my phone.
Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate it so much.
I'm so sorry, officer.
There is no reason for you to be shaking as much as you are. I'm not going to pull you out of this car. We're going to have a cordial conversation.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of freaking out right now because I have my license right here.
Okay.
It has like the front and back.
Oh. All right.
I know that the best way is to have a physical.
You are required by law to carry a physical driver's license. Yeah, this on your phone because you're a Xennial or...
I got to own some stuff. The first thing is I use the term Xennial, which I was misinformed. I thought Xennial and Gen Z were the same thing. I come to find out that they're not. What I meant was that he was a member of Gen Z because they're the source of the majority of problems everywhere while driving. And but I was wrong. I used the wrong term, and I gotta own that. Not all Gen Z. I don't want to say everyone, but I'm just saying the significant portion of the ones that I run into, I'm running into them, right? So there's that. They're doing something to have me go up and stand at their door and go, "Oh, you're born in 2006. Of course you can't drive."
Whatever your generation is, this having everything electronic is not it doesn't work. That doesn't work for traffic stops. That doesn't work for Arizona law. MVD has an app that allows you to get your license on your phone, but that's for like going out to a bar, having an ID, a proof of identification, but it doesn't meet the requirements during a traffic stop because I need to be able to scan that, take it back here, run the information.
Again, I may have misspoke. This guy shows me a picture of his driver's license on his phone. So he's like, here's my phone. I took a picture, click, of my driver's license. That, by Arizona law, is not acceptable. The MVD app that comes from Arizona Motor Vehicle Division has a kind of the same thing, but it comes straight from MVD. That is accepted during a traffic stop. So I might have misspoke there a little bit. I apologize for anyone I may have misled. I hate the MVD app. It's terrible. When you have a physical driver's license, you can hand it to me. I can take it back. I don't have to take my pad out and write anything down. With the MVD app, I would have to take your phone with me into my possession, back into my car, to scan it, to take all of the information that I need on it to write a citation. That's why I don't like it. It makes things more difficult for me because I have to hand type everything in there. Doesn't matter, it is more efficient to have a regular driver's license. So I just don't like it. I've never met other traffic law enforcement officer that likes the electronic ones because it just makes our job harder. Unnecessarily, because adults should carry their driver's licenses with them.
And we're not taking someone's phone. In Arizona, you have to have a physical driver's license, your physical registration, not a picture of it, and insurance is something that it is legal to have in an electronic device. But we actually had a traffic stop earlier today where someone's like, hey, let me get my insurance on my phone, and he didn't have cell service. So he is still in violation of Arizona law. Moral of the story is have something you can put in your hand and be able to give to someone upon request, and it keeps things super easy. So your citation is just for speeding. I'm going to give you a warning for not having your driver's license in possession, okay? Carry it with you.
I'm just curious. Is he taking photos?
It's actually video.
Video?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's Sam.
Go to YouTube, put in Fridays with Frank, and then you'll see why he's taking video. Yeah, deputy, but close enough.
I watch all your videos.
Oh, let me see. Do you have your driver's license with you?
I do.
All right. Well, as you know, I'm Deputy Sloup. Any idea why I might have stopped you?
Probably speeding.
Speeding, yeah. So you know that big building that's there in the middle of the field? You know that's the sheriff's office, right? So it's like it's where we live, right? Yeah. So as I'm pulling out of there, you blow past me, and I was like, she's going pretty quick.
Yeah, my husband and I watch your show all the time.
I have a cameraman back there right now doing his cameraman thing.
I don't want to be on it.
You might not have a choice.
67.
Any questions I can answer for you as I stand here at your window right now?
Just one.
Yes, ma'am.
May I take a picture?
Absolutely. I love pictures.
My kid thinks I'm weird, but...
She's not weird. I took a picture with someone today at Cafe Rio. It's not weird at all.
That place. This was still a new thing of me stopping cars and writing someone a ticket like, hey, you're 68 and a 45. Here's your ticket. Anything else I could do for you? And then someone goes, yeah, can I get a picture with you? I'm fairly sure I'm the only traffic cop in the history of traffic cops that issues people citations, and then we take selfies and we leave as friends. But it's just the reality in Pinal County, and it's how things happen. So this still happens. It happens now. We had on video where I towed a kid's car and take a selfie with him. His car is going away to car jail, and we still take pictures. So it was kind of a novelty at this point in the Fridays with Frank franchise, because I was still in tan. This was last year, but it still happens.
The reason I stopped you is you're traveling a criminal amount of speed. You're 68 miles an hour. Posted speed limit here is 45.
Ooh.
And you did that right in front of the sheriff's office substation, which is kind of where we live. How did I know you were from New York? Holy cow, you're from Comac.
No. He IDs himself with a New York driver's license. I look at it, he's from Comac. Comac's in Suffolk County. My mom, when she was very young, her family owned a fish market in Comac. It's real close to where I grew up, which is also in Suffolk County. I grew up in East Islip. I say Islip because it's just easier. But East Islip is actually where I lived when I was younger. I graduated from East Islip High School. Suffolk County PD is my hometown police department. I've recently traded patches back and forth with a guy. He got me, he was in the highway patrol, so I got a highway patrol patch. Gave me a Marine unit patch. The Marine unit from Suffolk County interacts with my dad out on the water, so it's my hometown PD, and I can't. Every time I get home, I love running into guys from Suffolk County that watch what I do here in the desert all the way there on Long Island. But it's fun. Sometimes I just walk up to a car and I can hear the way someone talks. I'm like, hey, where are you from? Like, oh, I'm from Long Island. Hey, like a hometown thing. So it's fun. It's one of the best parts of being from New York is running into other New Yorkers.
Holy cow!
Where are you from?
Islip. So
I have a junkyard on Central Islip.
I know exactly where that is.
Right on Suffolk Ave.
Yep, I know exactly where. Central Islip. I graduated from East Islip High School. So, yeah, and guess what? Suffolk County PD would also pull you over for this.
True.
You wouldn't be Frank. That's on.
That is me.
All right, my wife was talking about you.
That's it. Multiple people today have said, hey, I watch your videos, and man, I know that you're out here speeding, and still stop me. Well, yeah, man, I stopped you because you're speeding, and that's that's my job to stop you and slow you down, and these people just don't understand it. It's frustrating. As someone said, hey, you're the cop on the internet, and I'm also a traffic deputy in real life. Officer Sloup. Deputy, but close.
I'll walk up to a car and they're like, oh, it's Officer Sloup. And I usually correct them, like, hey, I'm a deputy. The only difference, this is in Arizona only, it may be different in other states, but the only difference here in Arizona is officers are typically employed by a city. So like you're a Phoenix police officer or a Scottsdale police officer or a Casa Grande police officer. When you're employed by the county, you're a deputy, so you're a deputy sheriff. Back east it's different because it's Suffolk County Police Department, but there are officers there, and then there's a Suffolk County deputies. But for Arizona specifically, if you're a deputy, you work for the sheriff's office. In Arizona, everyone that has a certification in the state of Arizona goes through Arizona Police Officer Standards and Training. We abbreviate it as AZ Post. They give, suspend, and revoke people's ability to be a law enforcement officer. So that is, they are the governing body over police certifications. So we're all certified. If you're a You work for Arizona Game and Fish. You're a trooper. You work for Highway Patrol. You work for Flagstaff Police Department, or you work for La Paz County Sheriff's Office. All of those have the same jurisdiction as far as the ability to place someone under arrest. So that's it. Where you work is different. That's all stuff within your individual agency. But as far as having the ability to arrest someone, if you're a cop anywhere, you're a cop everywhere in Arizona. So, but yes, because I work for the sheriff's office, I'm a deputy, and I try to correct people on that. And it does. I mean, hey, officers are cool, deputies are cool, troopers are cool, but if we're going to be throwing around titles, you might as well make it the right one.
See your driver's license. All right. Well, as you know, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the sheriff's office. Any idea why I might have stopped you? I have like this many reasons. I have so many reasons I can't even count them all. You drove past me and I was like, that window tint's illegal. And that lift's illegal. And then you couldn't drive in a straight line. And then you were speeding while you were not driving in a straight line. It's like a steady deterioration of the exhibition of driving.
With they'll catch.
So I've got I'm on hand number 2 now of violations. I've watched you drive for like 45 seconds. So while I was sitting in there, I also noticed that your license plate cover is also illegal because it covers the word Arizona. You can't tell what state it is.
Oh, okay.
Because it covers the word Arizona. So you can't have that.
Yes, sir.
So that thing's also illegal. This is possibly the most amount of warnings I've ever given on a stop. Now, you're still going to get a ticket.
Yes, sir.
You're getting a citation, 65 and a 45s, as fast as I got you.
Pretty fast.
So that's what's locked in on my radar. RMP stands for reasonable and prudent. For you, it's 0 because you have this cornucopia of Arizona motor vehicle law violations. So your reasonable and prudent speed is 0 because you're like a giant moving violation of Arizona law.